Addiction, recovery, redemption. These are survivor stories. You are listening to Shattered.
Today I have Mary Wipf with me. Mary is the founder of Evolution Holistic Therapy Center, and you are a natural
health practitioner.
There's just so many things we can cover, Mary. So I'll let you pick which topic you want to start with.
Okay, we can start with the depletion of the vitamins and minerals in your body
from various
things, right?
You know, probably since everybody at some point has taken antibiotics, let's start with that.
Okay. So you have a question on that?
Would that cover any type of antibiotic, or is it broken down?
Because that's pretty much all antibiotics.
Okay.
Antibiotics are actually meant to kill bacteria, but it also kills the good bacteria.
Right.
So when that happens, it compromises your immune system. So some of the things that it can actually deplete in your body would be your calcium, magnesium, potassium, as well as your B vitamins, K vitamins. All of those are essential for actually a healthy life.
How is the best way to put those vitamins and minerals back into our body?
Well, first you have to fix the flora. And once you damage your good flora in your digestive system with antibiotics, you would need to do a serious round of probiotics or other natural floras, like you can actually use yogurt. It has a bunch of the flora in it that is good for your body. Once you actually did that, then my suggestion would be to either research, like I do, a huge amount of different vitamin companies to find out which ones are not synthetic, or that are more natural. You want a natural vitamin. You don't want something that has a lot of synthetics in it, because your body can't absorb that.
Right.
So the one that I use is the Beyond Health that they can order online. It's in California. I'm not a carrier for them, so you would have to go there to find. They have a whole huge amount there that is actually all natural, and you can actually absorb them.
Is another one, another good one, is it Garden of Life?
Garden of Life is also very good.
Because that's the one I have taken in the past.
Garden of Life, Beyond Health. There's a very, very few of them that are actually natural products that actually have the natural ingredients in them.
Right.
If they have a synthetic, your body is just going to dispose of it. It doesn't know what to do with it.
Which 90% of the ones that are over the counter in the local
are synthetic.
Synthetic, and that's just not what you need.
Not all of it is synthetic, but if it has even one or two ingredients that are in synthetic, your body doesn't know what to do with it.
Right.
So
once you put the good flora back and maintain a good vitamin, what is the warning signs after antibiotics? I mean, how long, if you take just like a 10-day supply of antibiotics, is that enough time for it to strip that much?
Yes, if it's enough time for it to strip the bad bacteria that they're trying to get under control with the antibiotic, it is enough time to strip the good one.
Right.
So it kills them both at the same time. It does not differentiate between the two.
If you take the vitamins during the time you're taking antibiotics, does that alter the effect in any way of the vitamins?
It does. I mean, you're going to get some of the vitamins back in there, but you still don't have the good flora in your digestive system to process that properly.
Right.
And that flora that I'm talking about, the bacteria that's in your digestive system, actually breaks the foods down to smaller particles so your body can actually absorb them. If you don't have them there, it cannot break them down, so it's just going to dispose of it.
Right.
So.
Another, I guess, if you talk about narcotics such as hydrocodones, and if you talk about hydros and oxycontins, do those two pills alone take different things away or from your body?
When you're taking any kind of medication, which would be a non-natural product. It's a synthetic, obviously. It's going to take things out of your body. Every time you take something for pain, your body has to use, this is the bad part, because when you take a synthetic, your body has to use minerals like in your bones.
Right.
Or other enzymes that it's using in the body to keep you homeostasis, which means healthy.
Right.
It has to pull those from other areas. So you could end up with your eyesight starting to go bad. Or you could end up with your hands starting to cramp up and you can't open your hands anymore. Well, because the body is determined, okay, well, we need this to break down what you just put in your body. So we're going to have to take it from somewhere else.
Right.
Well, that's how you start getting sick. You start getting sicker because your body's having to use all of its resources to break down what you put in there. So you may be using those to block receptors, so you don't feel the pain.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason the pain is there is still there. You're not fixing that issue, and you're taking away from what your body can do to fix that issue to process what you're doing.
You're just covering it up.
You're a lot of covering up. Right. So but yeah, and you deplete your body from all those minerals and vitamins that it needs, and you need those. And if you're not replacing them, then your body has no place to get them. And if you're going to the store and you're buying foods from the store, it's already been proven that they do not have the vitamins and minerals that they used to. So
I was watching something on TV where it shows when you read the labels on the foods, if it has a long list of ingredients, put it back.
If it's in a box, then it has, there's 3 main ingredients that are mostly in all of our food. Okay. One is color.
Right.
The second one would be your preservative. And then the third one is supposed to add additional minerals and vitamins to your food. Well, they've done studies on those where they've used rats to check the 3 different combinations. Okay, so they'll give them one of each and not all 3 at the same time.
Right.
Well, it just made them sick. Okay, just taking one. But when they put it in a combination of 2, it made them even sicker. But when they put it in a combination of 3, they died within 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And we're doing that to our bodies every day.
Absolutely.
We may not be as small as this little mouse or rat, but over time, it does take its toll.
When you say color, the one food that comes to mind is hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
You go in the store, and some of these hot dogs are just bright red.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, oh, my God. And then the other ones, like the turkey dogs, are the color that they probably should be.
Right. They still use the preservatives, but at least they're not using the color on top of
and
the preservatives.
Yes.
So, yeah, but those are actually okayed by the FDA for us to consume.
Absolutely. Go figure.
Yeah. We're going to kill mice with it, but we can take it.
That's right. Okay, so what is some other drugs or antibiotics that are different?
You'll have your hormone replacement drugs that they actually give you. Those take away your folic acid, your magnesium, vitamin Bs, and vitamin B6 and B12s. And so you're depleting that every time you take a hormone replacement. Well, a lot of us women do take hormone replacements. So that's one of them. Your diuretics, which would, those are the ones like Lasix, microzides, all of those, they actually will take away the magnesium, potassium, and zinc. So you're looking at, folic acid's also in there. So you're depleting those. Every single drug you take is going to take away something. One of them takes away calcium, which is dioxin.
Right.
It will actually take the calcium away. Well, when you're taking the calcium out of your body, you're also going to have the possibility of getting something like multiple sclerosis or something to do with the bone issues.
What about for those who drink alcohol?
Alcohol is, in excess, is not good. I mean, If you're having an occasional drink, that's different. But when you do it in excess and you're actually getting drunk, you're depleting your body of almost every vitamin and mineral that you have in your body, because it's altering your state of mind, for one. When you alter the state of mind, it kind of releases endorphins and things that it shouldn't be releasing. Well, now the body needs to get rid of those too. So you're depleting your body from pretty much almost everything you need.
I've always heard that the hangover comes because of dehydration.
Correct. It will definitely dehydrate you. Extremely bad. So the dehydration can cause a lot more issues, because now that you're dehydrated, your blood vessels will actually constrict, and you're not getting the blood to your heart or any other area of your body it needs to go to.
Right.
So,
Okay. What would be someone that is recovering? I know a lot of people I've interviewed, the doctors have had them on narcotics for years and years.
right.
I know that cirrhosis of the liver cannot or may not show immediately. It may show years down the road. What would you recommend to cleanse their liver or detox their liver
Okay,
for
so
overall health?
So for liver, there are several things you can do for the liver itself. First of all, there's different protocols for that. So let's say if you have some common symptoms like headaches, premenstrual syndrome, anger, frustration, acid reflux, irritable bowel syndrome, joint pains, or osteoporosis or stiffness of the joints, then you're going to be considered in one of the yin or the yangs of protocols. And we do that because you're either cold or you're hot.
Right.
And we need to make sure we're giving you the right herbs to counteract that. First of all, you're going to want to detox. Okay, detox is like one of the main things that you're going to want to do. There's a bunch of different types of herbs you can take for detoxification. One's dandelion. It's actually really good for the liver. You just make it into a tea. Go out in your yard, pick some dandelion flowers, dry them, make them into a tea.
And those are the little yellow.
The little yellow things out in the yard that
That
everybody
pop up
tries,
everywhere.
that everybody wants to spray and kill, they're
yeah.
usually in your yard because you need them.
Right.
So
Mother Nature put them there.
put them there because you need them.
Right.
So that would detox the liver. You could drink dandelion tea 3 or 4 cups a day and it wouldn't hurt you. It's very good for the liver. It just flushes it out, gets
Right.
rid of the chemicals. That's an easy remedy for at home. If you're wanting to go with a little more, a little bit more for that, you're going to need to also support other systems in the body, though. So we have like a tonic herbs you can use. I always try to find something everybody knows about.
Mm-hmm.
Plantain. Plantain is that herb, or it's a weed that grows in your driveway. Usually that one that pops up between the concrete.
Right.
That is a plantain plant.
Comes up through the crack.
It's
Another
good.
one you try to spray.
It is good for detox, but it is also good if you get a bruise, a scrape. You can actually go in there, throw it in your blender, put a little bit of water in there, make it into a poultice, which is just a paste.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on there, wrap it up, change it a couple times. It'll heal within a few days.
Oh, wow.
So it's a very useful plant that we try to kill all the time. It's like it's not supposed to be there. Yes, it is. But those are easy, simple things. If you're going to go into a more detox, though, you really need a naturopath to help you through that, because some of the herbs that are required for detox and to get off of those types of drugs are going to require someone that knows about
Right.
the plant, because they can be toxic themselves if taken in excess.
Right.
I mean, so like if I'm talking something that I would not recommend someone to do on their own, I mean, we have things that they can't do on their own.
Right.
But we have things that
Absolutely.
you really don't want to do on your own. Some of those would be like our protocols for we need 23% of this herb, 10% of this one, 6% of this one. I mean, I have like Shudahong, which is Romania here. We have to cook it. We only want 14.9% in your herbal tincture, but there's like 18 other herbs that go with that. And
Right.
every single one of them have like a percentage, 6.5, 5.9. If you don't know
Mm-hmm.
the exact percentage that should be going into that tincture, you could overdose yourself in a toxic way,
Right.
which would be a bad idea. Now, flower essence, on the other hand, there's a lot of things you can do with a flower essence, and they're not going to harm you. Because the flower essence really is a minute amount of the actual plant in the actual solution. So you're not going to get enough to actually harm yourself.
Right.
We do have a recipe for people if they would like to have, it's for opioid recovery. So if they would like to have that recipe, I will actually leave you a copy of it. You can put it up on the website for them.
Okay.
So they can pull it. And
That's
it's just
awesome.
for flowered essence.
Okay.
It's 3 tablespoons of distilled water along with 1 teaspoon of brandy. And if you're an alcoholic, do not do this.
Right.
Because you don't want to add alcohol. You can actually change that to something that is non-alcoholic that will actually, if you go to your health store, they'll tell you something that you can change it with. But 1 teaspoon of brandy, 10 drops of your agrimony flower essence, 10 drops of cherry plum, 10 drops of chestnut, 10 drops of walnut, and 10 drops of wild rose. When you pour this in there, you just shake it up real good with 2 ounces of the water. Shake it for about 30 seconds, and you can take this under the tongue every single time you have an urge.
Really?
And it will take away that urge. So
Hmm.
it takes about 3 to 5 minutes, so you just got to be able to calm down for
Right.
3 to 5 minutes,
Minutes.
but it will take it away. And so that's one that I think they can do on their own.
And this is for opioids.
Opioids. Correct.
Very good.
It also works for other types of drugs too, so.
If someone, and I have a friend, she lives in Houston, Texas. The doctors had her on opioids, and not just one, maybe 5 different types all together at the same time,
Okay.
which is not healthy. But she wants to get off, and I know that you have to just baby step. She's an elderly lady as well. If she were to come into your clinic, what procedures do you have that you can help someone with their detox?
Okay, if you come into our clinic, first of all, we're going to do an assessment with VitaPulse, which is a heart rate variability. It's going to tell us what herbs are going to be best for your composition of your body.
Is that through blood work? Or?
It is actually not. It is actually very simple. It looks like jumper cables is what my husband calls them. You put one on this wrist and one on this wrist, and it really just reads the energy between the pulse, and it tells us what your composition is like and whether you're cold or you're hot. It tells us what herbs would be best for you right now, and that changes. As you start making the changes, your body changes, and so those herbs would change.
Right.
It tells us what foods would be best for you to eat right now to rebalance.
Mm-hmm.
It also tells us what essential oils would be best for you. Once we get that assessment, then we know where we stand on where you're at, because we don't want to guess
Right.
on what you need. We want to know what you need. Then we're going to say for the first 2 weeks, we would actually have you to come into the actual clinic to detox. We have ionized foot detox, and if you're too far away, you can actually buy one online, do it at home. We can give you the regimen on how often you need to do it, because you don't want to do it on a daily basis.
Right.
Your body cannot handle that type of detoxification. You would end up being constipated, sick to your stomach, nauseous, the whole 9 yards. So you would want to do it as your body can handle it. And if you're really toxic, we don't recommend it but like once or twice a week. If you're not as toxic, and we do a toxicity test,
Right.
so we know how toxic you are. If you're not as toxic, then you can do it pretty much every other day, but you need that other day to rest your body. That would be the ionized foot soak. The next thing we would work with after we went through a regimen of that, which is about 30 days, we would end up having you to go into an ozone sauna therapy, which is a cool little, looks like you're from outer space thing that you sit in. And it has steam, and then it has ozone, and it also, we use essential oils in there. It has red light therapy, and it has I always forget what that's called. It has the spectrum therapy, and then it has that red light heat sauna therapy, where it's dry therapy, but
Right.
it's inside this unit. You're getting all this all at one time, so it's like 10 different therapies in once. It really detoxes the whole body.
Like through your pores.
It actually, we have you to drink quite a bit of water. We have you to use, the plant little green stuff that you take. I always forget what it's called too, but it's like a plant stuff that actually helps you detox also. We try to get you to pee it out. That's the easiest way.
Right.
If you're really, really toxic, we won't let you get in there because you will break out. I mean, you would break out all over your body because
Right.
that's your largest organ. We want you to sweat it out. It usually gets on the towel so we know how much is coming out. And then we want you to urinate so that we have you to drink quite a bit of water,
Right.
stay hydrated. But it actually not only does it detox your whole body, it reoxygenates your cells at a cellular level. So you're actually healing the cells that you've damaged,
Oh,
which is
wow.
really, really cool and very natural because ozone is in our atmosphere. When it
Right.
rains, that smell you smell, that's ozone.
It's like I was saying when you and I were talking earlier. Sometimes you don't even realize how bad you felt until you start to feel good.
Right. You would not realize, I mean, because it happens gradually. It doesn't happen overnight. And so you get used to it. You get
Right.
used to that sinus issue that you've had since you were 12 years old.
Right.
Or you get used to that limp you have because your knees have been getting sore. You adapt to it. But to heal it, then you realize, oh, I didn't know I was that sick.
Right.
So,
And like you were saying, your husband had an accident when he was 14,
yes, he did.
and the doctors put him on narcotics
They
back
did.
then.
They put him on narcotics. He took a triangular shape, 1 by 1 inch piece of bone out of his knee when he hit a rock. Big old chunk. All the cartilage is gone. Just has that bone with the hole in it. And they told him he needed a knee replacement about a year after I met him, which is about 8 years ago now. But he was on all kinds of medications. But then he also had a tire explode on him in the shop at the farm. So he had a big old tractor tire explode. He had cuts all over him.
Was he still taking narcotics from the accident he had when he was 14?
Yes,
And then the tire
then-
exploded on him just many years later,
correct.
and they gave him even more.
They gave him more narcotics, plus they gave him antibiotics to be on for 7 or 8 months to make sure that he didn't cause an infection from all the damage.
And then when you guys met, you managed to get him off of all of that.
He's off of all of his medications except for his sinus medication because I can't get him to quit taking it.
He's got to have a clutch of some.
It's kind of like his, I tell him, I said, that's your security blanket.
Yes.
He's so used to taking something. But now I have him on vitamins, and
And he probably feels better than he's felt
Oh.
years. I can't imagine. He's 40-something now, and he's been taking narcotics ever since he was 14 years old.
yes. And he told me the other day, he goes, I feel like I was 20.
Right.
He goes, I feel amazing. He goes, does it get better? And I said, oh, yeah, it gets a whole lot better.
Well, thank God he met you.
So that time I said it gets a lot better, but it takes many, many years to repair the damage that's done. I mean, it's not something that happens overnight.
Right.
I mean, you can't just go and take a vitamin and expect it to work in a few weeks. It's just not going to do it.
Well, it takes time to tear your body down, and it takes time to rebuild it.
Correct. It takes a lot of time. But yeah, if I was trying to help someone get off of opioids, though, I would recommend that they would go to an acupuncture 3 or 4 times a week for the first couple of weeks. There's certain points on your body that an acupuncture can actually put a needle in and relieve pain from your actual body. And so you won't.
So it'd be there for pain relief.
Right, he would. And then there's certain points that he can actually reduce the amount of withdrawals and the amount of wanting, the actual drug,
cravings.
your cravings. They can actually reduce those.
What is something good for people that are suffering from arthritis and pain such as that?
If they're suffering from arthritis and pain, there is an herb out there called comfrey. And you can find it made up in salves. You can get it online. You literally, my sister makes one that has the comfrey and all of it in there, and you literally just take a little bit of it, put it on where you're hurting, and within 5 minutes the pain is gone. Your hands feel better. It's just covering it up. It's not healing it,
Right.
but it is relieving the pain without a medication.
Right.
So it's a very simple topical thing that you can do. There's a lot of things you can do internally, but that's one of the topical things that you can get instant relief pretty much.
Does like soaking in magnesium baths and things like that help as well?
If you're using Epsom salt with your magnesium, because you can get it that way, to where it's both, then you're reducing the swelling, and then your body's able to actually absorb the magnesium. Yes, that would absolutely help. If you don't reduce the swelling in the body, your body can't really
Right.
do a lot with it. So, but that would give you the most benefit. So,
You had also some literature about rewiring your brain.
brain tap.
Brain
We
tap.
actually offer that at our shop. Brain tap, and you can actually, you do not have to come to my shop to do this. It's pretty, I never try to sell somebody to come to my shop because sometimes you just can't afford it.
Right.
And other times you just don't have the time to do it.
Right.
So I try to give you things that are going to help you where you're at. Brain tap, you can research it online. It is a cool little headset that you put on your ears and it has a visor that flips down in front of your eyes. And it's called hypnotherapy and meditation. It has biorhythms in there. Dr. Patrick Porter is the one that actually had invented that. He is a hypnotherapist. And it has programs from losing weight, drug addictions. I mean, it has every possible, getting over grief. It has all kinds of different programs that you can go through, and you literally just sit back, shut your eyes, relax, and listen to him talk to you while he's got all this biorhythms going on. You'll go in and out of sleep. It'll take you through every single one of your, like the beta and thetas of your brain activity. One of them's sleeping, one of them's wide awake, and one of them's doing repairs to your body. So you're going to go through all of these stages throughout the whole session. And sessions are usually anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes long.
Right.
They are amazing. I had a lady wanting to lose weight. Tried everything. Had her to do the brain tap session. Not only did she lose weight, she changed her diet without even realizing she changed it. She just did not want the fast foods anymore. So she just started changing her diets because it's working on a subconscious level
Right.
rather than a conscious level. So you're doing it without even realizing it. She loves it. She comes back every once in a while to refresh on it. She's like, I just want to make sure I don't lose it.
Would you find the equipment to do that?
You can go online and look up Brain Tap Patrick Porter, and he sells the headsets. If you don't have the money to buy the headset, you can actually do the programs and get as many programs as you want for $30 a month, or you can purchase a certain programs. He actually allows you to do 5 of them free of charge.
Really?
So you can download his actual app for Brain Tap and just do them with your own little headset earplugs or whatever. His headset works better because it has the BioBeats and it has the lights, and so you've got all that going on at the same time. So it does auriculotherapy at the same time you're doing your treatment.
Right.
But you still get benefits from just doing it at home on your phone. So you can listen to it at nighttime. If you have problems sleeping, this is what I do, because I don't want to wear a headset when I'm trying to sleep. I will take my phone and put it on. He has a 30-minute dream time is what it's called. And I will put it under my pillow, turn the volume down real low so you cannot hear it in the room. Then when you lay your head on the pillow, it'll echo up through the pillow and go right where it needs to go.
Oh, wow.
You will be asleep within 5 minutes and sleep all night long. It's amazing. But I do that so my husband doesn't hear what I'm doing.
Right.
It's under my pillow. My phone shuts off on its own. It's really cool. So, he allows you to use 5 of those programs absolutely free. Guarantee you'll end up buying it because you won't want to quit.
That is incredible.
Yeah. So.
And I did not know that about that. I knew that was one of the services that you had.
Yes. Yeah, we are one of the carriers in our shop where we can actually have as many people that want to use the program as want to use it, and it doesn't cost additional money. We just buy it for the actual shop. So.
Right.
But I always tell them, put it on your phone, do it at night, under your pillow. Works beautifully.
Right.
So.
For those who are having trouble falling asleep.
Oh, yeah, if you have problems falling asleep, if you had someone pass away and you're trying to get through the grief, I mean, because you can't get over grief.
Right.
You need to go through the grief. He has a program for grief that will walk you through every step of the way. By the time you finish the program, you still have the grief there, but you feel much better about
Right.
it.
You know how to deal
You
with
know
it.
how to deal with it. So your brain knows how to deal with it, and that's what's
Right.
important.
Absolutely.
So but yeah, he can rewire it. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. What was one of the other? There were several different things that you had at your clinic.
We have 15 different modalities at our clinic. One of the other one is a PEMF. It's pulse electric magnetic field. It literally will take the body and rebalance its earth sequence. So your body has different sequences for different parts of the body. The lungs have a sequence, the nervous system has a sequence. We can actually set that sequence and rebalance that system through, you have to do more than one session obviously, but through several sessions we can rebalance the frequency of that actual system.
Right.
So it helps quite a bit. Especially we have a detox one that we can do that helps your body restart detoxifying itself, because if you lose too much of the minerals and stuff, it can't detox itself anymore.
Right.
It just stores it in the fat, which is bad, because then when the fat is needed for energy, you're pulling more toxins back into your body. So, but yeah, that's one of the other ones we have. We have so many. So the other one we have, let me see, tourmaline treatments. If you're really low on minerals, we have, it kind of works a little bit like acupressure, but we use these tourmaline applicators to put the minerals back into your body. It's pretty simple. You lay on a bed, kind of like a massage table, and then we place them in certain locations on the body, and your
Right.
body will absorb those minerals back where it needs them.
Oh, really?
So it's really cool.
How do you know? Is there something that you can do that will let you know what your body is low of? Potassium?
We do.
Whatever.
We have a taste test that is very simple to do. If you live long ways away from me and you don't want to come into the shop to do a taste test, we do not charge for our taste test. We'll give you just a little bit of the mineral that is diluted down to put in your mouth and swish around. And if it tastes really, really bad, you do not need it. If it tastes sweet to you, your body is very low on it. And so, but if it doesn't have a taste, you're good.
Really?
Yeah, it's very simple.
So they can contact your office for information about that, because, I mean, would that be for all minerals, or is vitamins and minerals, or is that potassium, or?
That is all of your minerals. We have 15 different minerals that your body is required to have, and we have all of those on a taste test.
So if there's no taste, then you're
then
fine.
you're
level.
fine on that. You're not low, you're not high, so you're good. If it tastes really, really bitter, you're too high on that mineral. That means you're getting too much of it.
Right.
So, and your body's just having to dispose of it, which causes more work.
Right.
So,
What else have we talked about prior that we haven't covered yet today? There's just so much. there's so much.
There's usually a whole lot. I did want to let people know about some things they can do at home. I had them all set out here. The ones that you don't want to do at home would be your opioid. We have an opioid heart tonic and things like that. If they want to order those online, we have one for the spleen, one for the lungs. Those are different systems that you can actually damage. They can call us or look us up online, contact us, and we can get those to them.
Okay.
But the things that they can do at home for nausea or vomiting, because when you start trying to detox yourself, that is going to be one of the symptoms that you're going to have. You can use hawthorn, which is an herb, or you can use meadowsweet. Ginger and peppermint are the easiest to get a hold of. Peppermint will settle your stomach pretty quickly. Ginger will do the same if you can handle it on your palate. Some people don't like the taste
pretty strong.
of ginger. It's pretty strong. But ginger and peppermint are really good for that. If you're having anxiety and cravings, lavender will calm you down. Lemon balm, reishi, schisandra, and skullcap. Those are going to bring your cravings down, and they're going to help with your anxiety. So it's going to calm your whole system.
It nourishes
down.
your nervous system.
Correct, it does. On the Hostin detox, we need, or to make your detox faster, it's a hasten. You want to hasten the detox, make it quicker. Get rid of the drugs in your system. Dandelion, like I said, very awesome. Use it as a tea. Yellow dock, cleavers, nettle, and plantain. Like I said, plantain grows in your driveway. Those are things you can take these particular, and you don't have to use every single one of them. If you use more of them, you can make them into a tea together and use them. But those will help your body detox. Each one of those does a different part of the body. You know, your dandelion does the liver. Plantain actually works more on the urinary tracts and things like that. So it's, if you used all of those at the same time in a tea, and you only use it, you just put the same amount in each one, dry them out, put them in a bag, take a teaspoon, make a tea.
Right.
Pretty simple. You could actually detox your whole system that way at home. Just try not to do too much. I mean, don't use it for more than a couple weeks at a time, you know, and then get off of it for a couple weeks and then do it again. Your body needs rest.
At the onset, would you say how many glasses of tea
I
per
would
day?
do at least 3 to 6 glasses a day, cups a day. In the tea, I would do it every few hours, 2 to 3 hours, just to get rid of it. Once you start having diarrhea or something like that, start backing it off.
Right.
You know, because then you know you've got enough in your system to get it
Flushed
started.
out.
Yeah.
Right.
So for pain relief, because that's the main reason we take opioids,
Right.
is for pain. We have, if you're in a legal state, you can use cannabis, but it must be in a legal state.
Right.
Don't do it in a non-legal state. You'll go to jail. Bad idea.
And we don't recommend that.
We don't recommend you going to jail. Meadowsweet, wild lettuce, and if you have a headache, go out to your willow tree in your yard or out down by the creek. Take a knife and cut off one of the new branches that are hanging down. Take the top layer of the bark off, and underneath it is your second layer of bark. It's the inner bark is what we call it. It feels kind of jelly. Scrape that, put it in your mouth, chew on it, get rid of your headache within a couple of minutes.
Really?
Same thing they use for aspirin. Aspirin is made out of that, but it's made out of a synthetic.
Right.
But willow was actually where they came up with the idea. So just go out to your willow tree, get rid of your headache, you're good. Chew on it. So it has a little bitter taste, but it does get rid of the headache.
Right.
So the other things we have problems with when we're doing opioids and stuff is we have memory and cognitive deficiencies. So we have issues with those. You can use basil, clary, sage, and rosemary for that. All of these can be taken and made into a tea. You can dry them out. You can put them in pill form and just take them that way if you can't handle a tea. And there's different things you can do. For constipation, obviously dandelion and yellow dock. Those will definitely make you go to the restroom.
And hydrocodones are notorious for constipating people.
Dandelion
That's the number one complaint I hear.
Dandelion and yellow dock is a mild laxative. So it's not going to make you take it and, oh, I've got to go right now kind of thing. So you can still do your daily life. It's going to just soften it up, make it a little easier, and help with the actual strain portions of it. So do not take Senna on a long-term basis. You will get dependent on it.
Wow.
So that's why it's not on my list.
Right.
For your immune stress, because obviously you have kind of brought your immune system way down, I would suggest astragalus, eleuthero, and reishi. And those can also be made into a tea. Astragalus is easier to get a hold of. The other two are from another country. So they work really well. That's why they're on my list. But astragalus you can actually order online. All of these herbs can be ordered online, and you can make them right at home.
I also have an herbal tea store, and I have every one of those herbs that you
Got
said.
them right here. Come and get them.
Boy, are we going to have some long conversations.
But those are the ones that you can do at home to help try to get your body straight. And you don't need Okay, getting off of opioids is really, really, really hard. So my suggestion is to start doing these before you even attempt it.
Right.
Get your body to where you're taking a multivitamin, where you're taking the minerals that you need. Start replenishing those so your body can do its work when you do start getting off of them. Get with a doctor, tell him, hey, I need to back off of these a little at a time.
Right.
Can you start giving me a smaller dosage? And then you need to take that small dosage for at least 3 to 6 weeks, if not longer,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how long you've been on them, so you can slowly back off. Because just throwing them out the window can cause you to have a heart attack.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could die over because of the withdrawals. So you don't want to do that to your body. You're going to put it in shock. So you're going to have to do it slowly.
Why do they, when they start withdrawing, crave sugar?
Because sugar kind of does to your body what the opioids does. It gives you that high. Sugar's not good for anybody's body, but it gives you that high.
I've seen them
best
take
way-
massive amounts of sugar. That was crazy.
But the best way to do that is get some orange juice, put some honey in it. You're getting a natural sugar. You're
Right.
getting that sugar high still, but you're getting it from a natural source.
Right.
Rather than using the sugar that we have on the shelves.
So when you're craving the sugar,
do
get
the
some orange juice, a
and
little
some honey.
honey.
Orange juice and honey, and if you have to put a little more honey in there, just put a little more honey in there.
Right.
It will actually help. So,
I mean, I had a family member that in 2 days had consumed 5 pounds of sugar
Which
in
is-
their coffee.
which is horrible for you because the
Right.
sugar actually depletes the natural enzymes that you need in your body, because now it needs those to get rid of the sugar.
Right.
So, but yeah, the orange juice and the honey does really well.
Very good. What about depression?
Depression. I thought I had that one on here. Probably don't. Oh, depression.
Or did you mention that a while ago? I know there's a lot of people when I interview that tell me that they, it's anxiety, depression.
The depression portion. Anxiety and depression kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
You can use those for the same thing, but if you're really getting really, really depressed, go online, get the brain tap, do his depression sessions, and yeah, you won't anymore.
I'm definitely going to check that out.
It's awesome. It is awesome, but there are different herbs you can take for depression. I had those in a list here for me, because I can't remember all of them. There's so many of them. So actually, literally on your depression portion, that's going to be your nervous system is what causes that. It's out of whack. So you can take the herbs that we had mentioned on the nervous system. You can also, there's some depression formulas online that you can get that already have the herbs mixed up for you.
Very good.
And you can also use the flower essence ones. There's some for depression in there too. So, which is pretty awesome. And actually that one that I gave them the recipe for has something for depression in it. That has something for depression, the immune system. It has like a whole bunch of different things in there
Right.
together. So it's a lot of different ones.
Your website and your office phone number and all that, we will post on
Okay.
this as well, so people know how to get a hold of you.
That will be fine.
And then that recipe that you had talked
Yes.
about, we'll post that as well. And I'm not sure when, but you and I will definitely have many other conversations as we form OK Tonic to support immune system. That is very good.
That's the most important part of the body to support is your immune system.
Absolutely.
So I offered a tonic, and literally when it says 1 part, that means if you're using 1 tablespoon of it, you're using 1 tablespoon on the next one that wants 1 part.
Right.
If it says 2 parts, then that would be 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
So it depends on how you're mixing it up. You can make it as large or as small as you want.
Right.
And that's a tea.
And you have these.
Yes.
Very good.
We carry all of those at our shop. They can make it at home. They can order them online. They can call you and see if you have them.
Well, on the tonic, I do not have. There's 2 of these that I don't have. So, but if they can get a hold, if you have this, I will give them your contact information.
Yes,
And they
we
can contact you.
We don't charge to ship out. We do charge for the actual tonic, but we do not charge you to ship it to you if you're out of town. So.
Okay. Very good. And you're in Conway, by the way.
I am in Conway.
You're in Conway, and so it's from DeQueen to Conway. It's what, 3.5, 4 hours. So
Yeah, about 3.5 hours.
I'm sure that they're going to want to call and have it shipped. And I think we've covered quite a bit for today.
Yes.
But we will be doing other podcasts and covering a whole lot more.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Mary.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dee. I'm the host of the Shattered Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell on the notifications so you won't miss an episode. I'm very passionate about helping families. If you are an expert that would like to help or would like to share your testimony, please contact me. Thank you.